Where is Nick? He was responding
No.
in the chat earlier on.
Yeah, something's probably happened with Farah,
Maybe.
partner.
All right, so what are you working on today, Nick?
Nick's not here, remember?
Oh, yeah. That's,
Are we live as well? That would be hilarious if the first
well,
thing.
we're almost at the end of the 24 hours. It's a good time for me to be delirious.
There's the professionalism we've all come to know and
Yeah, no,
know and
this
love.
doesn't exist here. Doesn't exist here.
Oh no!
So
We haven't gone live yet. We should probably go live though. It is 5 past.
well, it does say we're live. It does say we're live.
Unless there's a delay.
Oh no, I haven't clicked the go live button.
Or nobody's on. There you go.
I'm on. I'm going to do feedback loop.
I thought it was live. Normally, before when you're streaming from OBS to YouTube, it says you're live. This time there was a go live button I was supposed to click, and I didn't. I thought I'd clicked it, but I didn't. Anyway, so Ed, you're working on some Napoleonic stuff today. JP, What are you working on?
Napoleonic's Silesian Landwehr. So, 1st Battalion, 4th Brigade.
Lovely.
Yep.
Tofi, you're doing some Infinity stuff?
Yes, and remembering that these guys are really small.
You haven't painted them in a while, have you?
Not since I started enjoying painting, and this might be where I stop enjoying painting.
Well, you've only got 11 hours and 54 minutes left to get over that issue. And...
No, actually, the access to an airbrush and glaze medium and all these other things I've never used before is making it not so bad.
Yeah, and I think Infinity actually, you don't have to do all the hyper detail. I think the detail kind of sings through if you're getting enough contrast in there. Oh, what am I doing?
I thought I was ready, but I've got up twice now to go back to my painting desk and get things that I need.
That's gone well, yep.
All right, so it does look like we are live. There's some discussion in the chat, which I'll get to in a minute. But if everyone can let me know if the sound is okay, that people watching online should be hearing some background music. Let me know if that's too loud. And, oh great, now my paint pot's blocked. This is a wonderful start to the day.
At least you're not having to deal with a 4-hour airbrush blockage issue like last time.
It wasn't quite 4 hours.
How's the painting going, Viv? Damn this airbrush. Yep, fair enough. All right.
Airbrushes. Must have spent 2 hours of that 12-hour challenge just cleaning the airbrush.
And then right as you got to it being clean, you pulled out a box and went, hey, Ed, look, there's 6 more airbrushes, just all clean, ready to go. What a goose.
Yeah. Okay, so let's have a look while I get myself sorted out. So no doubt there's going to be some things I'm going to have to do during the day. I can't believe I accidentally deleted the stream setup last night just before I went to bed. That was great.
That was really good forward planning there, Viv.
Well, that's what happens when you experiment at the last minute.
Without a backup file.
All right, so
just creating that tension, Viv. Just you wanted people to feel on edge.
Yeah.
Easing the tension, baby.
You got to create that drama.
It's a disaster movie now. I've destroyed everything. Yep.
The Rock will be here to save us in a helicopter soon. Yeah.
Good morning,
Speaking
Nick.
of disaster movies, Nick's joined us. That's really harsh. Sorry, Nick. We can't hear you either. That's probably the best.
Can I just point out, this is a charity in support of mental health, and all you've done right now is pick on one guy for the last 5 minutes.
No, because he wasn't here. It was talking behind his back. Now that he's here, I actually have to deal with the repercussions. Love you, Nick.
I know where you live, Ed.
Yeah, a lot of people do, unfortunately. I feel bad for them. You've already been offered commiserations from JP, Viv, and Toph, so for knowing me for so long. So that's probably,
Fair enough.
Yeah. I told you, JP. Oh, dear.
Oh, boy. We got 12 hours of this, right?
Guys, Viv made it 24.
Well, you need to be here for the full 24. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, we're sending in forces around to your house now.
Yeah, you should hear a knock at the door.
Honey, who's at the door? Goons. Who hired goons?
As long as somebody calls my boss and explains to him why I'm not at work tomorrow.
I was painting toy soldiers.
Yeah.
He got turned into a newt. He'll get better.
Wondering what that sound was. I turned on a notification sound. Thanks, Dave, for subscribing. Last night I deleted the stream, as I told you guys earlier on, and I had a whole bunch of transitions and stuff set up, and notifications that would tell me when people were commenting or subscribing, and half of that has stopped working now. So we'll see how we go. All right.
We should.
So
no one's looking.
Every time Kim comes into the game room here, Kim's like, "Are you filming? Can anyone see me?"
Can you see what I have to put up with while I'm playing?
Oh no, that's that helps you get smooth blends between your colours, Nick.
Oh, sorry. So, are we doing a Cthulhu role-playing game as well? Is that,
Yes.
There's tentacles rolling through. Okay. Cool.
I'm just hoping my
Yes,
kids
it's my live-in sotong.
What was that, Tone?
I'm just hoping my kids are watching this because for the first time ever, I might tell them to do something, and because it came from the TV,
They'll do it. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Cleaning room, boys. TV.
Hey, mate, it's on YouTube. If you want them to listen, it's got to be on TikTok. So,
Hey guys, gamer streets here. All you kids should clean your bedrooms. And then, Dad, you're a terrible streamer. Damn it! It's worth a try, Soph. It was worth a try.
All right, Nick, you're working on your Napoleonics as well, aren't you?
No, I'm working on Mr. Frog.
Oh, you're doing the cool frog.
I'm doing frog. Yes. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the stream so I can put it on Facebook. There it is.
Cool. All right.
Aiming for Life 24-hour mental health live stream. That's the one, isn't it?
That's the one. That's the one.
What?
If you need the URL for the video, let me know.
Is it this? Because this one's 3 minutes 11 seconds.
No, that's not the one.
That's the promo.
Evidently not.
Oh, hang on. I'll chuck the link in the group chat on Facebook, and I'm just going to mute myself to you guys, and I'll be able to quickly talk to the crowd. I just want to see if that works. Again, it was set up, but it's not working. So in theory now, g'day everyone out there in YouTube world and live. I hope you're all well. I think that you guys can still hear me.
Saying I look pretty. Thanks.
Ah, well, you do look pretty. You always look pretty.
Oh, you guys are so nice.
I like the makeup you used this morning, mate. Looks really
So that's
good.
working. So that means I can have a chat to the chat,
Yeah, no, she said
but
blue
mute
makes my eyes
myself to
pop on
these guys.
camera.
You should still be able to hear the guys in the background as
I know I
well.
look dicky in
Let me know if the
headset, but
sound
it
is
very
okay.
comfortable, well, at least for
I
the
don't have
first
any
5
control
hours,
over the sound of the other guys. Unfortunately,
a bit average
the sound that
anyway.
you hear is what I'm hearing in my
You should wait,
headphones.
Noakes, you should see what he's got planned for the next 6 hours. It's epic. Yeah. There'll be a costume change.
Perfect.
3 hours.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
The real disco.
Yeah.
We can hear the others
Blink and you'll
too.
miss it.
Perfect. All right, let's jump back onto those guys over there.
Let's hope we don't get any Janet Jackson style wardrobe malfunctions halfway
God.
through.
Please no.
We're going to be supporting mental health, not.
Did you get the link, Nick, to send off?
I did not.
Okay, give me
Point, so.
half a second. Did you get the link, Nick, to send off? There we go. I'll stick it in the group chat
Oh, there we are.
on the old Facebook. There we go. So that link there is a direct URL to the live video. All right. Good morning, everybody out there in Chatland. We've got quite a few people watching, guys. This is great. Where'd my stream go? So we
I
got
blame the schools.
50 people watching at the moment, which is wonderful. Let's go through some of this chat because people are popping in from all over the place, which is great and scary at the same time.
So a gentleman from Germany, 1:37 in the morning. Good work, buddy.
This is about time I went to bed after I destroyed the stream and had to reset it all up. All right, yeah. So Frederick there from Germany, 1:27. Nice work. He's painting Grima and some Morgul Stalkers for MESBG at the moment.
Guten Tag, Friedrich.
Probably stay for a few minutes, then go to bed.
In fact, yeah.
Tune in a little bit later on. And he says 4,000 in the donations already. You know, I'm so
Yeah,
amazed
that's
at what's happened.
Four and
Yeah.
a half, isn't it?
Yeah, 4.5 now.
Yeah, I've got it open up here somewhere. I think I had a whole bunch of graphics set up. Almost $5,000 now, 4,960.
Oh wow.
I love that my in-laws are donating more than my actual parents. It's quite embarrassing. To be fair, if anyone donated 50 cents, that's more than my parents at the moment. But that's all right.
So you're shaming your
yes.
family on national TV.
It's
on YouTube.
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
internet. They don't log on very often, JP. It's fine.
Just making sure that we've set the boundaries right.
The bar is very low, mate. All right, Frederick, Craig Titterton, looking forward to this one. Hopefully it's going to be good. I'm glad, you know, so far there's been no technical problems. Everything seems to be working. Everyone said the sound is okay.
Why have you said that?
Why do I say
mean,
that?
there is a technical problem because Ed's here, so
Okay, fair call. Yeah.
he is technically a problem.
Yeah, it's fair. It's the best kind of problem.
This is one thing I should probably point out for a lot of our international viewers. You know, the Australian sense of humour is, you know, not as dark as it sort of sounds. You know, part of us is, you know, sledging and hammering on each other a little bit, but it's all done.
Meanwhile, I'm crying inside. It's probably deserved after all the years of crap I've given people. So,
Greybeards Wargaming. Good morning, Viv, and everybody else here. So on the stream, who have I got here with me? 5 co-hosts. Ed, my friend Edward Jones. He is the instigator behind a lot of these online activities that we've done, and you know, Ed was talking to me a couple of weeks ago. Actually, it was probably a while ago, maybe more than a month, right, Ed? You wanted to set up that next one?
It was only 2.5 weeks.
Oh, geez, I hijacked it really quick.
Yeah, that was the point. We took advantage of your ADHD. As Scott said, it was the best time. It was not a month. It was only 2 weeks out. So it was pedal to the metal for you.
Yeah, crazy. So Ed's done a lot of these challenges, you know, since all this COVID stuff began, you know, to catch up and, you know, be able to spend some time together online and paint and talk and, you know, just at least get some sort of socializing in with the people that we enjoy gaming with. So I've done a few challenges with Ed. The 24-hour one where we both did Rohan.
Yep.
And then a couple of 12-hour sessions and another 24-hour.
30 cavalry and 26 infantry in 24 hours, including basing. That was pretty crazy.
That was a damn good job. And then Topher Streets. Topher, have I seen you in any of the other hangouts, or did you have a different name in there? Because I know that Toph is your nickname.
No, I've been in them. I'm the antithesis of Ed. I tend to paint and not talk.
Right. You see,
Can you give me your phone number? I'd like to know more.
Lordy.
I should be all right because all I'm doing is dry brushing some silver on some Minas Tirith guys, and then, you know, give them a wash. Oh, hang on. First, I got to do flat flesh and then a wash.
Yeah, flat flesh.
The reason I'm usually quiet is because my gurning gets in the way of talking while I'm painting these tiny little infinity miniatures, which are destroying my eyesight as well.
So, what are you normally used to painting, Toph, if in infinity minas are small?
4-inch flat brush.
I think 31 Adeptus Titanicus Titans, so
Oh, amazing.
different scale there.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
And also kind of a very different set of techniques because, you know, your masking game got really, really strong last year, Toph. More hazard stripes you can poke a stick at, which was awesome.
Yeah, some of the oil washes and things started to help. So, yeah, I thought I'd try out a bit more of Zenithal highlighting, glazes, and some oil washes on these guys, see how it works.
Do you play Infinity, or are you just painting them because they're cool models?
I played for 5 years pretty heavily, and then a few years ago it started getting a bit overwhelming, rules bloat and faction bloat, and I just needed something a bit more lightweight, so I went back to some G-Dub games, but the Evil Empire is doing its usual thing, so here I am, back in there.
Sure.
Playing Infinity.
And JP, I haven't seen JP for a long time. Obviously, I, follow what JP does on his Fifth Column blog on Facebook, and but I haven't seen.
If you don't follow it, it's really good.
It's a great blog. I'll throw up some links. Again, that was another graphics I made, which I couldn't be bothered trying to make at 1:30 in the morning. I'll just do it on the fly. JP has a wonderful historicals. Well, I say historicals group or page on Facebook, but you post. I've seen you post some other stuff in there as well, JP.
Yeah, I mean, I started like way back when I was like in my early teens. I started in historicals, DBM and late Romans and stuff like that. And then, as a lot of us do, we get sucked into the evil empire, as we're referring to it today, or the games company that shall not be named.
I'm not scared to say it.
Yeah,
Okay, yes, I am. I don't want to say it.
Vol-
Sorry.
Voldemort's workshop. What?
Yeah,
that's
Voldemort's
the one.
workshop,
Yeah.
yeah.
VW.
VW, yeah, Volkswagen, yeah.
Yeah, everything is fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah. And so, I mean, I played a heap of Games Workshop for a while. Space Wolves. So basically, played Games Workshop, and everybody hated you because 5th edition Space Wolves were OP, weren't they?
Yep.
But I think, like all of us, we kind of got a bit tired of the game, or the game moved away from what I wanted it to be, and I rediscovered historicals. So dived back into that, found a great group of guys who I game with at a Barrack War Games, and yeah, the last couple of years been working on a Napoleonic collection. Prior to that, some Romans and some Greeks and Vikings, and just about just right back into historicals.
Telling me you can find a current French codex is OP.
Yeah, well, I've got the 1813 codex, and they're pretty crap. So yeah.
1807 was the peak, wasn't it, JP?
Yeah, that's your Grey Knights of the period. But yeah, no,
the French Austerlitz edition.
That's it. No, but in all seriousness, I've picked the 1813 period because I think it's a really, really interesting period across the entire continental Europe, and Prussians are cool.
I'm looking forward to having a chat. I've just popped up.
I have nothing to say, but yeah, let's have a chat. It sounds good.
A chat about historical stuff. I just put up.
No, all of this. We all ramble.
He's sucking Nick and I in very quickly. And I don't know if our mate Tim Knapp is watching, but Tim goes, "You're doing Napoleonic?" Said, "Yeah." He goes, "Anyone doing Prussians?" I go, "No, mate." He goes, "Well, my father's Prussian, so I'm in." I'm like, okay, well, there you go.
It doesn't.
I don't know about sucking you in. It was more like just persistent harassment and messages over the last 12 months from you.
From me harassing you, exactly. Help me, JP. It's really daunting.
I was like, all right, fine. I suppose I have to help somebody. It might as well be you.
Oh dear.
So yeah, but I think it's interesting. We'll talk about it a bit more later today. But I think history has its own attraction in terms of gaming. One, because it's real, and two, because actually it's not only because it's real, but also the level of detail that you can get into. So
yeah,
I'm sure we'll explore that more. Where I have nothing to say, where the I have nothing to say segment comes up.
I'm looking forward to it. And Nick, how are you today, mate? You're working on some Napoleonics.
Good. No. I'm.
He's pivoted.
I've pivoted.
Oh, you're doing the frog.
I've churned out my nine British line infantry.
Only 138 to go. And then you'll be halfway there.
Yeah, that's about right. So I can't do mass army painting all the time. So I'll take a picture of Mr. Frog and I'll send him to you, Viv, so you can
drop it in the group chat and I'll throw it up on the stream because it's a great looking model.
So I'm trying to push my I'm experimenting with volume sketching. And I'm trying to push my non-metallic game, but I'm going to start working on his skin this morning, so we'll see where I get to. But
flat flesh and a wash, mate. Top secret. don't tell anyone.
I've got black green here. That's what I'm going to start with, and then
mate, that's a long way from from flat flesh, let's say.
I've got dead flesh. So
Okay, that's got flesh in the name.
That's after you've been flattened, perhaps. That was a terrible joke.
So are you just painting this just for the enjoyment of painting a display piece, or are you painting with any sort of competition or something like that in mind, or?
Well, I mean, we're a year away from the heavy metal painting competition again now. I really hope he doesn't take me a year to paint.
Or how long's that Thunderbolt been waiting?
Oh,
Nick?
shush.
The answer is more than 10 years.
12 years. Yeah. How long did that dwarf take though? That was a good 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, that was pretty solid too. Like we did more painting sessions than we have in a long time in that period, so that was good.
But no, I was pleased with how he turned out. So no, I just want to try and push my skills a bit.
Yep.
It's always fun to try something different as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Sometimes it fails miserably, and that's okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's about learning. Was I talking to you about this, Ed, just the other night about wanting to push, skills, and I think that like Nick right now, painting something that's a little bit, has a little bit more interest and can push you outside your zone a little bit and allow you to try new things is a good thing.
Yeah.
Definitely, and that's something that Nick's really helped me to look at as well. Like we've both been looking at really talented painters. Like I don't know if anyone here on the stream, or I'm sure plenty of listeners would have heard of David Colwell, who's based in Melbourne here as well. He's such a lovely guy and such a wonderful member of the heavy metal group on Facebook. And then we had Katarina, also known as Kaha, who came over. Oh gosh,
that was
two and a bit years ago now.
I think it must be 3 because it was about
it's
now.
It's 2.5. No, it was it was just after my honeymoon. It was in Feb.
Oh, there you go.
Liz, when are you seriously going to spend the first?
You have good reason to remember those.
Yeah. Liz goes, are you really going to have the first weekend after our honeymoon painting like a bust? And I went, yep. Thanks, love. Bye.
What a legend. She's a legend.
But no, it's just really enjoyable, and you actually learn a hell of a lot about art. Nick and my old boss at Games Workshop, the Evil Empire, Sean Caxmar Donahue, he probably won't be unfortunately watching because we haven't been in touch with him for a while. He did an art degree. We didn't realise.
Really?
Yeah, remember he said that, and then that's why he was telling us about negative space and black and why he prefers to prime in black, not in white. And then he was a massive fan of Rembrandt. He's a very interesting guy for someone who was a captain in the Australian infantry in East Timor. So very interesting life, but
meowing to get outside.
But yeah, it was really cool.
I was watching something the other day on YouTube. I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was no, I can't remember. It was either the Pickle Jar or one of the other UK guys, and he was running a stream. I managed to capture a little bit of it. He was painting an orc, and started with a purple, base layer for the skin, and I was like, just paint it green and put a wash on it. But it turned out really nice.
Orc flesh and a wash.
Yeah, orc flesh and a wash. But it turned out really nice, and I was thinking, it'd be nice to play around a little bit and just try some of these techniques. Actually, it was with you, Ed. I remember we were chilling out in a hangout maybe a week ago. And I got a bunch of busts out from Savage Forge Mini, and I was saying, it'd be nice just try the skin tones on this bust, and then, maybe just do the leathers on these ones, and just leave them like that. So this was my experimentation with skin. This was my experimentation with leather, and be able to look at them and go, oh yeah, and see some progression, paint another one, and just mess around with those sorts of things.
It's part of the fun, mate. That's why we do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Some of us do it, but no, that's like when we learnt with Kahash, she was teaching us how to use cold and warm light to help draw focus to certain parts of the model, and having a focal point in one area.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good.
See, I don't have any understanding of that sort of stuff, which I think might be fairly clear. It's clear to you guys and perhaps everyone on the stream. Wow. My solution is, base color and a wash. And if you want to, come back later on and do a highlight. But if you don't want to, that's all right. because I've never come back and added those highlights, and I still feel pretty good. All right, let's quickly run through a bit more of this chat. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the stream with me. These guys will be here hopefully for as long as they can be. Democratically elected Republic of Players. Excuse me. Do you guys follow what those guys do down in Tasmania with their World War II tournaments and events?
Oh yes, they have beautiful looking tables.
Absolutely gorgeous stuff. So he says, "Good morning, Viv. I'll be popping in and out during the day if anyone has any terrain questions." I might throw up in. I'll see if I can figure it out. I'll put some links and stuff in the description or somewhere in. I don't know if we can put links in the chat box or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But he's got a wonderful page, Derp, on Facebook. Beautiful, beautiful terrain. The Real Disco Boy says, "Good morning, team." Blair Oakley, good morning, Blair. The Real Disco Boy, CJ tuning in from Melbourne. Still assembling my 54 Infinity Defiance models. Hope to be finished within the hour and primed and painting for the rest of the stream. Excellent.
Thank you.
If you are painting along at home as well, let us know what you're painting in the chat, and we can share the experience together. John Paul Fuller Jackson says, "Good morning. Good morning, JP. I hope you don't mind if I call you JP. Callum Pullybank says, "Good morning." Albert Romero. Man, Albert, let me just get up for a second. I'm just going to go grab a couple of things. Albert very kindly, during my promo video that was released one day before the stream went live, I'd mentioned that some people had given us some things, and Albert was one of those people. And I guess at some stage, guys, we'll have to have a chat about how we're going to give this stuff away. I know we've got some ideas. Where are the cameras? So Albert,
I think Ed should wrestle something, and if he loses, we
nice.
on what happens.
Yeah. Albert's given us a bunch of stuff to give away. This Cromwell cruiser tank. And some British 8th Army stuff to go with the Cromwell, and a British 8th 6-pounder AT gun and 3 crew, and a Vickers. This Vickers is lead-free, apparently. I'm not sure if all the others are, but it's specified on the packaging here that this one's lead-free. It is a component...
I'm not sure how good a machine gun is when it's lead-free.
This is a component for the British Army. But Albert has given us some stuff to, give away, and we'll talk about that later on. I know that we will do some draws from the people that have donated on Beyond Blue. There in the description, there's a link to the donation page that links you off to our fundraising page over at Beyond Blue. And, people have been donating there very, very kindly. We haven't really spoken about all these giveaways and stuff very much. I haven't posted anything about them over there. So, it's great to see people, just getting involved and supporting, a very worthwhile charity and a very worthwhile cause, and helping us to support Beyond Blue at the same time. But we do have lots of things to give away, which I think has always been secondary, which is why there's no very clear plan on how we're going to give all this stuff away, but we will figure it out.
They will be given away.
Yep.
That's the plan.
I have no room in my cupboards for them here. If we can't give them away, and as JP was saying in the chat during the week, if we can't give them away, then...
I'll wrestle someone. Oh, no, that's sorry, different point. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we might auction them off and then contribute that money to charity as well. So Albert joins us. Thanks, Albert. Greybeard Wargaming. Good morning, peeps. How are you? Greybeard's Wargaming. Hobby Homies Podcast. Good morning. These guys have been very kindly sponsored the event for us, and they've thrown in a box of Broken Toad brushes, 4 sizes in that brush. They're their Mark III brush set.
Good brushes too.
I've heard nothing but good things about Broken Toad brushes.
Yep.
So they're tuning in as well. Michael Sletter says, "Good morning from Minnesota, USA." Well, 7 p.m., but it works.
No, good evening, Minnesota.
It is. If it's PM there, it's evening. But thank you for joining us. MJ and Oz.
Most places in the world, I think.
What was that, Nick?
I said it works that way most places in the world, I think.
Have any of you guys been to Minnesota or the US?
Yep. Beautiful state.
Yeah? last time I went to the US, I think I might have been 8. And we went
Big
there.
fan of the Timberwolves.
Yeah? Is that their football team?
That is the NBA team.
The NBA team.
Their football team is the Minnesota Vikings, who are big rivals of my team, the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, I'm not a sports person at all. Something was going on somewhere. It's so hard to keep track of time and where I am and what's going on. I was either here talking with Kim or I was online talking with someone about something to do with sports. And I just didn't have any answers about anything. It's not really my strong point, sports. So Michael joins us from Minnesota. Good morning, MJ in Oz. Morning, all. World Tweak says, G'day. G'day, World Tweak. Luke Appleby, howdy. Pokely Woo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Pokely Woo. Tyler Highland, howdy, all. Getting ready to hobby from home. That's what we like to see. Excellent. Get it done. Spend some time painting. Have a chat. Talk with your friends. And relax a little bit. David Gray Noble says, hey, Viv. G'day, David. How are you, mate? Oh, Ed, who's Fraserk? Do you know someone called Fraserk? They say, hey, I recognize you, Ed Jones.
Let's have a look.
Ben Methrel, Topher is very quiet.
Mike is a bit quiet.
I think he was talking about, the volume of the mic being quiet. Maybe not so more than the volume of talking. I think...
yell more.
Yeah, that's just because you're on your laptop mic, no headphones, but that's okay. Yell more. Mitch Gibson, how are you, Mitch? Mitch says, hey, dudes. Jason Berman, Jason from the club is sitting there. Great to see you've started. Well, it is good because if we hadn't started already, I'm not sure who I've been talking to. I did forget to press the go live button, at the beginning.
It's Viv, right?
Yeah,
that's I only got a message like 3 hours ago saying, "Hey man, I'm running short of people. I need somebody to show up."
So Jason is there. Jason, I love I don't know if you guys see what Jason posts in the Axes and Ales group, but he's so diverse in the games that he plays. Lots of small little independent skirmish games, and loves to see what's out there and and enjoy things that perhaps aren't necessarily more mainstream. And as such, he builds some really really nice terrain. A lot of it just sci-fi and fantasy inspired and super on the cheap. He's it's always great to see the things that he comes up with from a terrain and a crafting perspective. All right. Where are we in the chat? Fox says, Paint Gang, let's go. We're on it. Frederick Schultz says the sound works. All right, so we're way back at the beginning of the chat if we're still talking about sound. Kentucky Fried Gamers, yeah.
You are way back. I just scrolled through and I was just like, Jesus, you're going to be here for a while.
Oh shit, let's skim through because at 11 o'clock, I think, let's have a quick look here on the schedule.
Hey, love Peter. Seriously generous guy.
So I just for the chat there, and I'll get to it in about 3.5 years. I just had a slide up there on the screen that had the schedule for the first part of today on it. Let me know if you could hear me talking over that slide. I did, very sadly, accidentally delete my whole stream setup at 10:30 last night, so I've had to be fixing it all up. So some things aren't working. So Kentucky Fried Gamer says, yes, painting with you guys. That's great to see. Adam Jones, such a wretched hive of scum and villainy. Indeed it is.
Nicely said, Mr. Jones.
So the Mitch says we can't hear music. Scott says all good. So, can't hear the background music. Topher is a little quiet. No music, but sound is good. Can't really hear the music. Okay, so the music is playing out of my
It's girl for me,
headphones.
Panema. Don't stress about turning it up too much.
Yeah. Music is not massively important. It's nice to have on, but no music. I don't hear music, but you guys sound fine. No music, but no music. Mitch Gibson says top left person is cut off. So right now on the stream there are only 5 of us. JP, Nick, Ed, myself, and Topher. Topher's got 2 screens going on. He's got his beautiful front body cam there, and then the phone on the left there to capture what he's got on the desk. Whoa, look at that! Look at that beautiful beard. All right.
As I said this morning, it's a face for radio.
Yeah, well. So Jason says, John Paul.
Obviously, everyone agrees.
JP, is that a special holder you're using or just part of your mini?
It's a special holder.
It is a special holder. I'm trying to. It's from Rathcore. They're a great little company, I think, in Germany, and they do several. I'm gonna have to send a bill for the promotion. They do several types of holders. So this one's for more your detailed miniature, so you can hold it, and you got a brace there. So GW, this came out well before GW or Redgrass Games came out with their holders, and they're wood turned, so they actually feel really nice in the hand. But I like them because I have a bit of arthritis, so I have a bit of a shake in my hand. So it allows me to hold the model. Obviously, reduces grease contact from your hand onto the model while you're painting. And I think most painters I see, and most of the guys here, the way they brace is really important to getting steadiness in your hand. So this just helps me with bracing.
I'm a super uncoordinated painter, and I think that's part of my issue is having something above the miniature to grip onto. It just isn't there, so I'm frequently put things down on the table, and we'll paint sort of on the table, all hunched over and crooked, and yeah, they look interesting.
Yeah, they're not cheap though. Coming from Germany, and these 6 cost me about. I think it was a very nice gift, but I think they were about $400 for 6 of them.
Whoa!
So they're not cheap.
That is not cheap at all.
And
I wonder you said you had to remortgage the house, JP. Jeez.
Well, yeah. But most of it's made up of postage, which is the real challenge, I think, these days.
Yeah.
Being in Australia. Well, it's not these days. It's always been a challenge of living out in this part of the world and buying great hobby stuff from other parts of the world. It's the cost to get it shipped out here. So
yeah, we pay a hefty fee for that.
Mm.
Oh, they look good. So there you go, Jason. They're wonderfully expensive, but wonderfully beautiful handles from Germany.
If you look up Rathcore, you'll see them.
Rathcore.
RATHCORA.
Rhett Eldridge in the chat says, loving the stream, folks. That's wonderful.
Thank you, mate.
Greg and says, sounds like a normal Wednesday night so far. Yeah, well, that's pretty much all it will be. We're just, no specific hard, fast agenda. We just sit down, chat, and, enjoy painting some miniatures and, laying some shit on each other. No music. That's all right. Greybeard's Wargaming. Starting off with 4... I'm going to butcher this word. Mortatawis. Camel Hearthguard for Saga. Another person says Topher is very quiet. You're going to have to yell, Topher. Put some,
I've switched to my headset. Is that better?
Oh, look, that's way better. That's way better.
Can you go back to the other one? It's just less jarring.
Sorry, what did you say? Can you say that again? I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
All I heard was the lips moving, but nothing coming out. Right? Okay.
Fox says it's
not one way, it's the other.
yeah. I just want to make you happy.
I just want to entertain.
Fox says it's miserable weather today and we are locked down, so this is the perfect stream for a hot drink and some hobby. Excellent. Well, that's, part of what it's about. Sitting
That's why
down.
I started doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the drinking?
Let's not bring up Wednesday again, mate. That was embarrassing for all of us. Oh dear. Look, let's just say that living in the west of Melbourne, obviously a very good Italian family or Eastern European family planted a big lemon tree in our backyard before we bought the place. And limoncello, homemade limoncello, is really dangerous. That's all I'm going to say.
It's so good.
So you're making your own moonshine. You
No. I'm using commercial vodka, but you think, oh, it's okay. It's it's got like sugar syrup in it. It's not too bad, and then suddenly you're on your ass. So
Amazing.
or as on Wednesday night, being politely asked to be quiet while everybody else is trying to have a game.
yeah, that was pretty much it at that point. I mean, technically, I was taking part in the game, but I couldn't roll to save myself, and so
I think taking part's quite a generous statement, really.
Fair call.
Randomly yelling out for your mother and rolling ones. I don't know.
Didn't mention my mother, did I? That's news to me.
Robert Evans says, thanks for doing this, guys. Hello from the USA.
Hello, USA.
Hello, USA.
So I might just I put this. I belong to a group set up by Simon Burnham from ex Privateer Press, the Brush Builders Union, and they put a post up. Simon put a post up advertising this live stream. So if there are any union members on, g'day. Nice to actually, speak directly rather than through Discord. And I hope you enjoy the next 24 hours of madness.
Madness there shall be.
Oh, mate. I can't believe it. 12 hours would have been good, Ed. I don't know why you guys just didn't say 12 hours is enough, Viv. Let's just do 12.
I didn't want to shut you down.
Oh,
Would
mate.
you have listened? That's the question.
No, I probably wouldn't have. I probably wouldn't have. We would have just gone, okay.
I'm pretty sure it went like this. Let's do 12 hours. All right, 24.
Did I miss
but
the bit where this turned into 24 hours with all of us? Because
Well, that was the thing, and this is why, Nick was saying, we'd just done it anyway, because, that's I would have just done the 24 hours anyway, and but there's obviously no, commitment
No
to
pressure.
anyone to stay for 24 hours. The whole idea,
I
basically.
got a pregnant wife, mate. I'm going to get shot.
I was about to say my wife would probably send out a death squad if I wanted to do 24 hours.
Tired goons, they're back again.
No, I'm so fortunate that Kim is super supportive of this, which is wonderful. Kevin Hamilton says, looking forward to this, guys. Rhett Eldred, yep. We can hear Viv, we can hear... Fuck, we're still at the sound. We can hear the others too. Yes, we can, but the other boys are talking over you. Adam Jones says Ed's makeup is horrible today.
You're only up to 10:15. You're only up to 10:15.
I'm going to skim through it and catch up. No background music, no music, chaos. Don't pick your nose, says Adam Jones. That's probably going to happen, and I'm not sure if he was talking about me or someone else now, because I know that I do that. Get a good finger in there. There is still no music. All right. I don't know how old this is, but we'll turn that up a little bit. All right, turn the music up just a little bit. It's not a public holiday in Brisbane, says Fraser. No, we're very lucky here in Melbourne. It's the grand final eve.
No, they get
public
the
holiday.
Eka Day. Calm down. You get your day. I used to live in Brisbane. You still have Eka Day and the wins, just for fun. It's all good.
and no lockdowns.
Yeah.
Don't bring that up. The in-laws keep reminding us by sending photos of trips to Cairns.
Yeah.
And short jaunts down to the beach. We thought you would like it. You didn't want to feel missed out. No, guys, you can stop. Thanks.
Went for a hike and saw this beautiful waterfall. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
So Kentucky Fried Gamers are tuning in from Kentucky, USA. It's 8:15 p.m. there, he's saying, which is probably now 9 o'clock, given I'm so far behind on the chat. Christopher Perry, hello from Idaho. Ian Campbell's watching from Geelong. Titan Wargaming from Shepparton here in Victoria. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Morgan Harris. Only a public holiday in Vic. Yeah, because sport is a good reason for a day off. Any reason is a good reason for a day off.
Straight.
Yeah. Troll TYG. Good morning, Australia from Sweden.
Good morning,
Whoa.
Sweden.
How are you?
Sweden.
Scott Beale says you guys are doing a great job. Thank you so much. Tim Highland is tuning in from Wollongong in New South Wales. Lockdown hobby time, he says. Joshua Claridge. Good morning. Great cause. Top stuff, guys. And I'm from Cranbourne, Melbourne. Excellent.
Hey.
Ian says, great stuff, guys. The Real Disco Boy says, if you're getting ripped on by your mates, you know they love you. And Adam Jones says, it's the Australian way.
It is indeed.
It is. I was watching a video just the other night, actually. YouTube recommends weird things to you sometimes. And as it's trying to figure you out so they can force feed you the rest of the content.
The great and glorious algorithm.
Yeah. And I was...
Hail.
Yeah.
All hail.
The YouTube algorithm. Click the like button, guys.
I've won welcome our new algorithm overlords.
It was an English English speaking channel. Learn to speak English, or one of those people who have those language sorts of channels. And she was talking about understanding the Australian English and our vernacular and slang, and trying to make that. Trying to understand that so we can improve our ability, to speak Australian English. And one of the things that she was talking about was, the weird sense of humour that Australians have, and the, the sledging and the ragging on our friends, and she said the same thing. If you're being insulted by your mates, it generally means that's because they love you.
Yep. If we're being polite, then I'd start worrying.
Yeah, there's a problem. This guy's been too nice. What is the deal here?
Where someone's upset him.
Yeah. John Anderson.
Just to jump in quickly, sorry, Viv.
Yeah.
Apparently, we've already crossed the $5,000 mark.
No, we
brilliant.
haven't.
Thank you, everybody.
I've got to keep an eye on that. Where are we? Holy crap! $5,454.70.
Wow.
You guys are incredible. Thank you so
everybody.
much.
It's so
Also,
amazing.
to bring up that this was JP's idea to turn into a charity thing. So thank you, JP. This was a wonderful idea.
Oh, JP, they're doing an amazing job. Amazing. This is so good.
I like it. Like any time where I can suggest an idea and somebody else does all the work.
That's the thing. Viv kept being like, I'm sorry I hijacked your thing. And I'm like, I don't give a shit. You're doing all the work, mate. I just sit here and look good.
I'm pretty sure I can take that to my next performance evaluation of work and go, look,
Yeah.
management status.
Yeah, exactly.
I might bring this up with my boss as well, actually.
Yep.
There you go. Right?
No, it's so good. We wouldn't be doing this without you guys having kicked things off. And I'm glad. I can't believe what's happened in the 11 or 12 days since not last weekend before.
It's nuts.
To pull together all the sponsors and and raise this sort of money. I mean, the original concept was going to see $100 or a little bit more go to charity. But this is great.
Yeah.
But here we are.
John Anderson says, good morning from Gippsland.
Gippsland.
On Bunwurrung country. Gonna try and do some vapor wavy Necrons. Awesome.
Ooh, 80s neon style. Very cool.
I've got some Necrons that I got in the Indominus box set that have been sitting on the shelf undercoated for a long time. And as
you're practicing well right now.
Well,
dry brushing metal. So
after I finished priming these last night, I put that photo on the group chat. I was like, maybe I should do the Necrons as well because they'll be super easy. And I thought, no, look, just one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Oh, Viv.
It's a problem. It's a big problem. And then, I was trying to find some more, of these painting pegs, these dowel rods that I put all my miniatures on. And I had some Urukai on there. And I thought, I'll just take the Urukai off. But they're 90% painted. I don't know why they're not finished. Well, I do know why they're not finished because I do 90% of the job. And
you haven't finished.
And then the other 10% goes, I'm all right. Don't worry about me.
That's been a big focus for me this year because I had a terrible habit of doing the same thing. I'd get stuff done like 90%, maybe just missing decals and basing after a 12-hour painting session that we do, and they just sit there, no basing, no transfers, no matte varnish.
Yeah.
And so the last month I've been going back and trying to finish as many as I can. damn, it's satisfying when you line them all up.
Yeah,
Really cool.
it is. I've got a few things like that in the 80-90% finished range. That if I can sit down at some stage on a weekend and just finish them off, all of a sudden there'll be another 100 painted figures.
What is that?
That's the agitator.
Ah,
It's not.
I thought you just got Uber Eats. It was
It's not nice and dice after
scooter
dark.
taking
That's,
off.
Small. It'll be 1 a.m. this morning. Where you can dial in. No, it's you know those what are those?
Yeah. The makeup nail polish agitators,
Yeah,
aren't
the
they?
one that they use
Vortex
in
mixer.
labs and stuff with Vortex.
A Vortex mixer. I've been wanting to pick one of those up.
I love the cool stuff that we've got from the makeup industry. Like the Artis Opus dry brushes are basically makeup brushes,
It's
and they
done
work
wonders
so
for
well.
your complexion, Ed.
Thanks, mate. Got to even out all the blotchiness from the lockdown drinking. No, but for those watching, sorry, I've actually done the total opposite. Last year at the start of lockdown, I was being very cheeky, and there were far too many beers during the week, and I put on about 7 kilos, which
And
6
that's just
foot
on
four.
Wednesday nights when you join us at BWA. Is that what you're telling us
Exactly
now?
right.
Yeah,
No, that's
okay.
what I'm saying is I apologize profusely for that. I need to stop it. But my wife last year said I've put on weight. This is terrible. I'm gonna let's go on a diet. I'm gonna stop eating blah blah blah. What are you gonna do? I said I'll stop drinking beer for a fortnight. She went, that won't work. So I lost 7 kilos and a couple more, and she's really angry at me now because my metabolism works a lot better than hers does.
Yeah, but you're young. You're screwed as soon as you turn 30.
I'm 35. Oh no.
Callum Pullybank says, "Good morning from Langwarrin." Right,
Hey Callum.
he's writing some software right now, but he'll be gluing together some Defiance stuff later on.
Good man. Callum's a massive Infinity lover, which is good. He and I used to play hockey against each other. He was a goalkeeper in fact, may still be a goalkeeper for Haileybury Hockey Club.
Grass hockey.
Shout out, shout out to hockey. Am I right?
You
Biff?
went to Haileybury.
No, I went and did high school in Brisbane. So I went to a very religious school because it was the cheapest private school my parents could find. And they were basically the school from Footloose. We weren't allowed to dance because it led to pregnancy, which, it's a few missing steps in between, but
that's amazing.
Maybe they're onto something.
Just
They
a
also,
shout out to all our Brisbane viewers. Thanks for this.
yeah, Redlands College for those on the stream. Honestly, though, like despite some of the silly rules and stuff, the teachers were super lovely. It was fine for a high school. It did the job.
Samuel Loy says, "Good morning." And Scott Beale asks, "How many of you guys are locked down?"
All of us.
on this random sample.
Yeah, for us 5, it's 100%. Which is why catching up like this has been one of the things that has really helped. In terms of still feeling to be connected to people. Especially in such a social hobby where, so much of our time, is spent alone, but then you get those great opportunities to catch up. Like before this lockdown, coming down to see you, Ed, and playing some Middle-earth strategy battle game. Nick, you were there. That was great fun. And then, that's the thing that I really love about this hobby. And, that's the big motivating reason behind, why I set up the Axes and Owls Gaming Club. Was to catch up and see people and talk, and I'd go to the club quite often and just hang out and talk to people, have a few beers, not even play, just that whole social aspect. So being able to catch up, online like this has been really, really good. So 100% of us are Scott.
Sorry, I was going to say there's some really good responses here from the Heavier Metal group as well. So thanks, guys, in that group. Like over 115 people have liked the post, and a bunch have commented saying that they'd love to join us or sponsor us. They said there may be more of these in the future, so we'll let you all know.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, if you guys have anything that you want to mention, I'll read out from any of the groups that you might have posted in. Just interrupt me, and we can get that out there too.
Ed and I are both wearing our uniform.
Paint till you drop. I thought that was appropriate for a challenge.
I've got mine on backwards. So
Yeah.
The rule
Why did I
disclaimer.
choose French?
So the real disco boy says, I'm doing that at the moment. Callum, it's been brutal. Writing some software, I'm assuming he's talking about. He's got to ship some stuff out. JP, Sab1099 says, JP once played Infinity, if you'd believe it.
Yep. Sab being Andrew Noakes. Thank you, Noakes.
Yeah, I did.
You've been out
And-
of Noakes.
Yeah, I did play Infinity. Yes,
Yeah, you can't hide
once.
behind Dralius now.
Yeah, that is true. And I found, like early on, I think the comment somebody made about rules boy, I found the early game really, really fun and really interesting. But yeah, like most things, I just really, really liked historicals. So I decided where I was going to put my effort, and this is where it is. But yeah, thanks for outing me, mate. Yeah, well done. Yeah.
To be
Right.
fair, you are tempted to work on your War Master for Titanicus today, aren't you, JP? While you're waiting for washes to dry.
Yeah, well, that's true, but that's giant robots. That's different.
Stompy robots are the best types of
Yeah.
robots. Let's face it.
Yeah,
I've got a
I've always
legion up
wanted-
here behind me in the cabinet.
Yeah, I've always wanted to own a Titan. Never really wanted to own something that required its own room.
There.
I figured a child would be a better option for giving a room to rather than a resin model. But then so when AT came out,
Certainly a lot more simple to get past your partner anyway.
yeah, true,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the child eventually leaves, whereas
Yes.
the Titan just sits there and
Just looks at you.
yeah, you've played with me
Mocks
once in
you from the
15
corner.
Yeah.
Approvingly, yeah.
Usually the comment, you've played with me once in 15 years if you only painted one leg. Can
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finish me, you bastard. What did I do to deserve this? I don't know why he's got like his sort of cockneyish voice, but I just
Yorkshire,
figure it
Northern-
went. Yeah.
Northern
Back in my
American
day,
accent,
we used to get Titans from Armorcast and they'd be finished in a week.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my kids are watching this, so I'm not going to say that there's times that I wish I had another Titan.
I think you just did. So
No, I'm not going to say that. That's what I'm not going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
not gonna say it.
that's what I that's what I don't mean.
If the boys are watching, hi Alex and Matt. Hopefully I can come and play Nerf Wars with you again soon. It's been too long.
Topper's Guide to Successful Parenting will be on later tonight.
Yeah.
Thimble full of rum.
Appearing at 8 o'clock. Ebook will be released tomorrow morning.
No, it's going to be after the watershed, after 9 p.m. so I can start swearing.
First topic up will be Titans or children. What's better investment?
Yeah.
Very, very short segment, that one.
But talking about Titans and Games Workshop and the Evil Empire, I'm still way behind in the chat here. It's just refreshed and I've lost my spot, damn it.
That's okay. You don't have to read everything, Viv. You can always just skip ahead.
Yeah, I might have to because I've lost my place. He was talking about, Frederick's watching in from Germany, and he commented, Volkswagen is an evil empire.
Well, yeah.
Hey, quick question: is Peter waiting in the wings? It is 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. No, oh shit! I sent the link out to everyone.
I think Peter saw the stream and went, yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not. Yeah.
Peter forgot what most of us are like and went, yeah, I'm good, eh?
I'm not sure if I want to do this.
He's probably still cranky at me for giving all those twisted minis to me for playtesting, and I've only painted about 3 or 4 of them. So, that's fair enough that he's cranky.
All right, I've lost my place here in the chat, so I'm just going to jump in here. People are saying there's no sound when I put a slide up. Okay, that's good to know. Thanks, I can fix that.
Also, for those who want to see dogs later, our puppy, beg your pardon, will no doubt pop her head in at some point.
Lovely.
I'm not quite sure you put enough P's in that sentence, Ed.
Yeah, I know.
Try again, Ed.
Mike,
well, prior preparation and planning prevents piss poor performance, but here I am. So.
Mike Me says, man, I had a massive mental breakdown not too long ago. I'm a full-time commission painter and it really hit me hard. Luckily, I had some good friends to help me through it. Good luck tonight,
great
guys.
To hear.
That's great, mate.
Great to hear, mate.
Thanks for sharing your story. And I think that's one of the important things, and I was talking about that on the radio very briefly yesterday, was that well, after with Sonia, that when she was saying thanks for coming on and sharing part of your story. I think it's important that we are able to talk to our friends and neighbours about our mental health. I also had a massive breakdown a couple of weeks ago, which is why this is just so perfectly timely, and probably part of the reason why I've jumped on it and just spent the last 2 weeks pretty much just trying to make this as big as I can. I had a massive mental breakdown, and I just wasn't in a good space, tired of all these lockdowns and everything. It was just a slow spiral downwards. And on Friday, or probably about a month ago, I was out in my front yard in my dressing gown with a glass of wine, mowing the lawn, mowing the lawn. And I'd been drinking for 24 hours, and some of the neighbours walked past and they're like, "How you going, Viv?" And I was like, "Actually, I'm pretty fucked. Things aren't very good at all." And it was, I'm sure that was mostly just the alcohol letting me, jump past those inhibitions. But I think it's important to be able to say to your friends, actually, I'm not really doing all that well. I right now I'm not good. I know things will be better, but right now things aren't good. And so often you hear that default response of, "Yeah, I'm fine, man," but sometimes you're not. And I think it's okay to be able to say, "Look, I'm not okay. I will be okay, but right now I'm not."
Right now, not going great.
Yeah, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that, and I would encourage it. I think there's probably certainly a perception out there in society that showing that sort of vulnerability is I don't know. There's a certain stigma about it. So Craig Titterton and Ben Methrall and a couple of others say there's no audio when my slides come up. That's okay. I thought that might be the case because I can't see my microphone on that schedule. Here is Mr. Peter Overton joining us from Demented Games.